Hey, I've been going through the old evidence again. Did I ever search 5-piece on the internet? I haven't. From marketing materials and various candy history sites, you learn that 5 pieces are the iconic candy, no longer the only popular product? Or maybe I just didn't highlight anything here. History of Print Advertising website claims to have a 5-piece advertisement scanned from a book called The Sweet History of Candy Volume 2 by Charles Lee. This seems interesting. I'm just gonna save it. This is also a really good way for me to see if I've seen this page before. Charles Lee. Oh my god. Published 1985. This is about all things candy in the modern world. Chronicles the rise of mass production and global distribution. Ends with a look into the future of candy as envisioned by experts in 85. Includes some advertisements. You find an ad for 5 pieces from the 1930s. Oh, this might not be relevant for us anymore, because I'm guessing we'll find a different, the different alphabets or initials. It's a miracle! A modern candy for a modern society. Roottrees 5 pieces contains 5 different maple-infused flavors. G is for grape, E is for elderberry, CE is for cinnamon extract, M is for melon, and M for miracle berry. So why did they end up changing it anyway? Because if it's so meaningful, if it was originally so meaningful, why would the flavors get changed? This is just what we know, isn't it? Wait, G? G-E-C-E. The G is Gwyndoline, E Elias, C-E Clancy Edward, Margolite, and Miracle. Okay, checks out. And yeah, there's no clues here. We found this one a little too late. But it still says there is a clue. Oh, okay, it's gone now. Alright. I just chased down the thread, that's all. There's still a lot on... there's still one here. Oh, there's one here. Let's try to find one with a lot to tackle. This one has a lot, and it's baffling because there's only so much this says. Atlantis' Burden. I don't think I tried searching this. I searched the book. This is Caroline Morden. Morden? I don't remember your last names, man. Caroline Morden's sculpture. She's an artist. But it wouldn't be, it's not a book, so it's not going to be here. I already searched this. Again, I just searched it. This is where we found the names. I did check out the family tree, the potential names right now, and I do think it's kind of interesting because at the moment, like there's a Jones here, there's a Brian Jones, but there's also a different Jones. Jones is common enough of a last name that sure, it could just be someone else, but in a family tree situation, I would expect all the Jones to be related, but then Brian Jones just sort of ends here too. I think there's a high possibility that Gwyndoline Morden here married someone with Wilson as a last name, because she's a woman. Her kids would take after the husband's last name, so there should be 4 Wilsons. And there's 4 Wilsons right here. I just don't know which it is yet. Plus, one of them is Zach. And Gwendoline's dad is a Zach. So, as a tribute to him, she would do that. So the father is either Jason or Steven. I don't know which one. And then the children are Jem, Zach, and the other one. We need to find what clues are here, though. Hold on. Yeah. Caroline talks about feeling betrayed by her sister Gwyndoline and cousin Bonnie. When her sister and cousin gave up on dreams to settle for boring men. She especially dislikes her brother-in-law, Dr. Wilson. Oh, it says right here! Dr. Wilson, who she calls completely bogus. Dr. Wilson. Their marriages led her to double down Okay, so her brother-in-law. But do we have Dr. Wilson's full name? This is too vague. It's not? Dr. Stephen Wilson is a pediatrician who practices north of Pittsburgh? Stephen Wilson's, Dr. Wilson's. This one apparently found a way to game the search results as he pops up to the top every time. He claims to be the pediatrician to the stars. The only evidence for this is that he apparently was a doctor to the Roottrie sisters. There's a picture, as well as a picture of his 3 children. The 3 of them look as though the photographer was holding them hostage. But they are in your evidence. Jason is his child. Credited to him, but probably not written by him. My dad is the best dad in the entire world, and he treats every patient with world-class care. He will treat your children like he would me, my big brother, or my sister. Is your big brother bigger, or is your sister bigger? Oh god, Jason is the youngest. Steve. I'll put Jim here for now. And then the last Wilson is Zach. Okay. For now, anyway. This guy looks kinda... I don't like his look. Yeah, his big brother is the biggest. That might not be the case though. Because his sister could be graduated. And she's just a little bit shorter because she's a woman. Whoa, Zach looks like he got beat up on the mouth there. Is that just a shading? Taken 2 years ago. At Zach's high school graduation, maybe? I think we got something going on here, though. Oh, Jason is a kid. I don't know about Jem. You just graduated, right? So... How old are you? If you just graduated high school, you're not 12 anymore. This was 2 years ago, so I would say you're a college student now. And you are not confident about this? Not confident about the order of the sister and the brother either? Do we have anything more concrete about their ages? We just know this is 2 years ago. This is a high school graduation, right? No guarantee. None of them look really happy. Jason is 10. We got some pictures though. That's good. But we didn't get a picture for Gwyndoline yet. Gwyndoline, we know she is in the one picture. The one picture. It's this one or this one. But how do I tell which one it is though? The one that looks like Caroline? Did we already... Yeah, we did that one already. Dirtier... the one that looks kind of angry because it runs in the genes. Let's go back to reading that, whatever we were reading earlier. Gwyndoline and Bonnie gave up on dreams to settle for boring men, to become a housewife? Is that what you mean? Bonnie's a housewife, Gwyndoline also a housewife now then? If that's what you're implying. Although there was another thing where one of Lauren's diary entries said that, oh, the free spirits are all about trying to be dancers and artists and all that, but that's outdated information compared to Caroline saying that, oh, they gave up on their dreams. Well, I don't know the daughter, her occupation. Their marriages led Caroline to double down on her passions. She married a man who was the opposite of boring. Yeah, that's why she's like, you know what? I don't even like men, but I'm gonna marry a man. And then she realized, okay, that probably shouldn't have done that. What does the thing say now? Right. I think some of the evidence was... We found it. Dr. Wilson. If she's a housewife, she wouldn't be found anywhere. Do you think she's just a college student then? Okay, so something in here is wrong then. This isn't it. It could potentially just be that Zach's the oldest. Oh! Zach is the oldest. I feel like the picture has more older sister coming to a younger brother's graduation vibes though, just based on vibes alone. But that's how they always get you. I don't know why they're so unhappy, but doesn't it feel like it? It's like, yeah, older sister, the younger brother just happens to be a little bit taller. They're all students. Okay. Feel like it's a bit of an assumption that he's in college now, but it's a rich family. Of course they're going to college. They would, at least money wouldn't be a problem, and then college is just, I guess you just do it. This one still says something, interestingly enough. I'm gonna ignore this one for now, because I don't know what it wants. This has 6 too. But then the Caroline Madsen one, this one's done. Oh, you know what? Maybe I'll start from the back here. I think they reorganized this based on how many evidence pieces are left on it still. So the ones in front are the ones that still have some stuff. This one still has 1, 6. How is there 6 on this one? My god, what? I'm curious. Wow, there's still one here. Local business owner Brian Jones. Business owner Brian Jones. Brian Jones is a local business owner. You don't find anything related to him in this magazine. That's fine. What about here? Brian Jones is a famous athlete who broke a pole vaulting record. Now, we need to do a more local source. Was on Butler County Times. Oh, okay. There are many ads over the years, as well as small article from 95 about Jones Graphic and Print. This is a piece about Brian Jones taking over his father's print company 20 years later. In the interview, he said, "I've been in and out of that shop my whole life. My father taught me everything there is to know about when it comes to getting the job done right, and getting it done quick. We've been a printing staple of Butler County for years, and even the Butler County Times uses us for their coupon pages a few times a year. Thanks, by the way." But still, whether you're a new client or one of our regulars, nothing will change. Come on down for the best prices on bulk printing anywhere in the state of Pennsylvania. Or search us online. I designed the website myself. Jones Graphic and Print? I just want to put a highlight here to remember that I've read this. But we really should be directly searching it here. Jones Graphic and Print is a company that, according to its website, has existed in Butler County for some time. There's addresses and some clients. He did his wife's campaign mailers. He did the Roottree company's banners and posters, Butler County banners, Miracle Network, tour flyers, Roottree Motors. Roottree Motors, this is new to me. This is a lot of different brand names potentially that we could look into. Roottree Motors, Butler County School District, Butler Summer Theater. We also do web design. Roottree Motors. No trace of them on the internet. They may be featured in the Butler County Times. There's an ad for Roottree Motors in the paper. It used to be called Wilkins Motors. There's a different picture now. 3 unique versions of the ad have been added to your evidence. What is it? 3? Wilkins. Wilkins Motors is now Roottree Motors. It's still the same family business, but has joined the Roottree family. Roottree Motors! Your local family mechanic servicing the entire Pittsburgh area. This one has some evidence. Roottree Motors! 50 years. Tessa Roottree, our newest fixer. I'm immediately thinking about Sam, because she knows how to fix bikes and stuff. Sam's kid, maybe? Tessa Roottree. Tessa Roottree. Their newest fixer. Roottree Motors' parents. Let's continue reading that first. Roottree Motors. Wilkins Motors? No. In that case... Then in this section here... No, but Sam's tree is already filled out. Her Roottree Motors' parents. Tessa Roottree. Well, let's see how many Wilkins there are. Catherine Wilkins. So Catherine Wilkins married into the Roottree family. And then they had a daughter. I mean, potentially it could be Elias? Let's just think about this for a sec. Tessa Roottree. Tessa Roottree. Roottree... no. Tessa Roottree. I want to keep chasing the Roottree Motors thread, but I can't think of how at the moment. I just know Catherine Wilkins married into the Roottrees, so a Roottree man, and then they had a daughter. So it could be Edward. It can't be this one, because Gwyneth is a... well, she's the Roottree in this instance. Then the spouse is coming from outside. So it can't be here either. Although I feel like the motor thing would make sense given Samantha's history of knowing how to fix bikes. It could be here. It could be here. Elias. Yes, because we know that Elias and hold on. Actually, this is pretty likely, I feel like. Circumstantially? Because Lauren... because the other person, Sam, was helping Miracle. Clancy saw Sam working alongside the farmhands. Eli chimed in. Apparently when he was riding his mini bike alongside the farm a few weeks ago, Sam gave him some old tools and taught him how to make the bike's engine go faster. Right, so Sam knows how to fix bikes, but Eli rides bikes. Eli has a bike. Roottree Motor parents. He is not a preacher unlike the rest of his family. He's a... mechanic? I can put down the guess for now. But I don't feel like the evidence is... the picture that we saw of him here. He does seem to be wearing a bit of a mechanic suit. Ish. I wonder if we can search more about Eli first and then confirm this. Elias M. So if I did something like... Eli M. Roottree. Okay, I couldn't find anything that explicitly confirmed my suspicions here, but I feel like this would fit. Okay. So I'm gonna put it in for now. Wilkins Catherine. And then this is Tessa, who is also a mechanic. So Eli might have become a mechanic because he has a affinity for bikes, and then he married Catherine. Black sheep of the Miracle line, because there are like a bunch of preachers, and all of their ads, are like, oh, 3 generations of miracles, but then they make no mention of Eli at all. He's not really with the rest of them. So it makes sense that he's doing something completely different. We got 2 here if it's correct. If it's correct. I don't know the baby's names though. There's a Kellogg's here. What the hell? Just looking at the names. Roottrees though? We don't have that many actual Roottrees left. What else am I missing? I feel like we're close, but close enough? Well, there's apparently still 2 more clues here as well. Where else can we look for Roottrees? I tried searching Tessa Roottree. I tried! Tessa Roottree, and she's new! She's not gonna be here. Catherine. Wilkins. No. Eli M. Roottree. He might even want to disassociate from the family name a bit. Okay, we'll leave that alone. But holy crap, Lauren's journal. Her diary. So this one has 1 clue. This one has 1 clue. And then this one has 10 clues. Probably because we haven't nailed down all of her brothers yet. He's complaining about Clark getting married. Too young. They're all musicians and artists. They all aspire to be, but then some of them just ended up back to housewifing. Our generation wasn't so bad. My brothers are all pursuing paths of knowledge. Edward is taking over Pop's thing. Pop is a lawyer, so that's why Edward is probably a lawyer. Not sure how old Edward is. As for me, swashbuckle my heart. Maybe I gotta search these books. Zach's doing fine. His sister is raising twins. Gwyn is Gwyn. Free spirits. Periodical? Swash... No, this would be a book, right? Lauren... Is it under Lauren Rafferty? Out of print. Yeah, we looked at this before, I remember. No. Why would they tell us about that, though? That just seems so... re-released. Maybe if I... spider search... No? Lauren Rafferty. Oh, they made her... Wait. She did change her name afterwards in the 1960s. So in the re-release, did she change the name? X marks the spot. Lauren Roottree. Oh, wow. Oh, this was republished like 10 years later. No wonder. She already changed her name by then. According to the back of the book, this is a buried treasure by Lauren Roottree from the author of the Court series. Keep an eye out for Lauren Roottree's next book, Revisiting the Diary 10 years later. What? Oh, hold on. Court. No. This was a version of Lauren Roottree's diary. Unlike the original one, no pictures, but has many new passages that reflect on her thoughts 10 years later. One major event happened between the releases that changed Lauren's outlook on certain subjects, the death of Elias. A summary of the fallout has been added to your notes, as well as some other select pages. Wait, we just got 10 things! 5 things! Revisiting. The new diary opens with an explosive incident that happened in the decade between the release and the re-release. Elias Roottree had died, and during the reading of his will, there was an audible gasp when a certain name was read aloud, Samantha Roottree. Although Sam and her children were not meant to receive monetary inheritance, he had a stipulation that she retain the rights to run the farm and any and all decisions related to it. The Anderson farm? It was then that the scandalous secrets came out. None of the 5 pieces were a surprise, but it was quite a shock to everyone else, including Sam. She had been told her parents died. What? Apparently, Sam was a illegitimate daughter of Elias Jr. and Patricia Christensen. Oh, this was a secret? Wait, hold on. Because I didn't know that anything here... I mean, it was fishy how they said, oh, Sam doesn't belong, but nothing in the tree itself really said that she was illegitimate, and I don't understand why, because it didn't seem like Elias was married to... Wait, if it's illegitimate, then it might not be Patricia here. It would... I guess it should be Patricia. Ooh, wait. Because are you talking about the wife? You're saying illegitimate because there's a wife, and he didn't have the child with the wife, right? But this is... On the tree here, this is the wife. Let's keep reading. Sam was a legitimate child of Elias Jr. and Patricia Christensen. This is a next-gen thing. Patricia, the daughter of a local steel mogul, and Eli Jr. harbored a secret romance at age 16. She became pregnant, and after the birth, her father refused to let her see Eli Jr. ever again. Her baby, Samantha, was sent to the Roottrees. Elias hid her away with a local farmhand known as EC. Should we be suspicious of what this is, EC? Patricia was married off to a much older man and sent away. That was the end of that. Almost. No, so this person's not on the tree then. They never even got married. None of the next gens had ever met or heard of Patricia until she unexpectedly reappeared, now going by Patsy. After Patsy's husband died, she reunited with Eli Jr. and they finally married in their 50s. Okay. Lauren mentioned the wedding in her first diary without even knowing Patsy's history. Eli Jr. had never taken another lover. Oh, that's... Oh, Lauren, ever the romantic, quite appreciated this. They say illegitimate. They only say illegitimate to mean born out of wedlock. But it doesn't sound like there was cheating going on. That's really sweet of Eli Jr. actually. When Patsy and Eli Jr. finally married, Elias decided Sam should have been a Roottree in the first place. Even though she was not part of the Clancy trust, he wanted to include her in family affairs. That was what led to Lauren's initial entry, entitled Sam. And we can have a quick revisit of it, just to see. Oh. This is changing Elias's outlook on everything too, because he was always like, oh, blood is thicker than syrup. But even though Sam doesn't have, yeah, Sam is sort of illegitimate. He's accepting her. But it says here that he gave in to his wife and did this. But the 10 years later diary is like, okay, Elias did it himself. Gwyneth had been pushing to include Sam. Yeah. There was apparently one clue here still. It's okay though, we got some Sam stuff already. Didn't recognize Sam at Uncle Junior's wedding to Patsy last year. Oh, Elias Jr., so it mentioned the Patsy thing already. Is it good? Is it okay that I leave it like this? There's no Patsy? No, it is just this one. He's a lover. He's a lover. EC and John, yeah, Sam used to work at the farm. Okay, that's cool. It's not an exception though. Yeah, because Sam should have been here in the first place. That's sweet. That's only the front page. Sam. This is a page of additional notes and context from the 1975 10-year anniversary about Sam. Clearly, I didn't know our true family history when I wrote this. I didn't even know Sam was a Roottree. All of my doubts were ill-founded. She's a fine woman. Had she the chance to grow up with us, Sam would have been the sister figure Gwyn never was. Ernie and the kids are lucky to have her. And Ernie and the kids. Ernest. And her children seem eager to help the family in their own ways. Ernie Jr. has been learning the day-to-day from Zach. It has been a long time since any real Roottree was as excited and interested in the actual candy as Ernie. As a bonus, Gwyneth has a green thumb of her mother and her adopted grandfather. Green thumb? Yeah, we know about Ernie already. What I'm most ashamed of is not figuring it all out myself. Sam's a spitting image of Patsy with her jet black hair and green eyes. She doesn't have the thick glasses Patsy did, of course, but I guess that skips a generation. Her children have that covered. So her kids have glasses, so you're the glasses. And if you have a green thumb, are you can I say you're like a gardener? Or a farmer? Just like your parents maybe? I don't know. It's hard to explain the look on Pop's face when they read that the farm's operations would pass to Samantha Roottree for as long as she was willing. I got flashbacks to when Zach was made president. Mother reframed it a bit to calm him down. Sam wouldn't receive any candy money after all, and was essentially inheriting the right to rule over the peasants for eternity. Dude, Lauren's dad sounds like a bit much. Pop warned us away from that farm for years. I never met EC in person, but Pop once referred to him as a confirmed bachelor. And I suspect that's why he kept us from there. Sam had to grow up in a house with him and his roommate, Mr. Miller. I'm not sure Sam will ever forgive Uncle Junior or Patsy for abandoning her to that life. If I were her, I might never forgive them either, but even so, she seemed to blame more than just the two of them. She has no problems with us next gens, but she has a palpable hatred for the Five Pieces, and Elias and Gwyneth. Well, she knows who she's hating. EC, this name's come up a few times. I'm a bit interested. Mr. Miller. Mr. Miller? Are you part of our thing? No, Mr. Miller's not here. EC. EC. We still have Cattrall Sam, Cattrall Stephanie, Louisa Garcia, Patricia Jones, Bethany Kellog, David Kellog. Just eyeing some of the names here to familiarize ourselves with them. Okay, well, there's one clue here. I feel like I should be making some notes, but what? I never met... I'm just gonna put this for now. She could have had the rich life, but she grew up on the farm instead. Samantha Roottrie. You think people will know about this? Of course, because it's in a published book. She must be on the internet. Come on, people, it has to be here. It's like scandalous for this place. Come on! Fine, Clark. This is about the Clark entry, so these are, anger names. Reading this back, I get deja vu. As I write this addendum, Clark's gotten married again. No Roottrie has ever been remarried. Sure, I lost Jacob, and Gwyn divorced Wild Bill just before she had her second. Not that I can blame her for that. I've seen what he gets up to in Starlit. But neither of us ever took a second husband. With the way the world is moving, I guess it was inevitable someone in this family would remarry. I just wish it wasn't my son. I can only wonder if Clark's apparent disrespect for marriage is due to the lack of a real father. I did what I could, and Lord knows Eli C. stepped up and helped. More than I could say for Clancy or Edward. Eli C. practically raised Clark and Jim as brothers whenever he could. Eli's marriage seems fine, and Jim's marriage seems solid as a rock, pun intended. Because he's a rock star. So who knows what causes these things? I suspect that he's marrying Jane to keep her from running out on the band. Without her, he'd be the third wheeled, and I imagine they wouldn't last long as a trio. But still, I don't think a marriage on such a shaky foundation like that can last. And you're right. And Lord knows I was right last time. Some stuff we already know. Eli C. raised Clark. Eli C. is Lauren's brother. Yeah, so it's Clark's uncle. So Clark was raised alongside Jim like brothers. That's why they were in that band. Oh! That's indirectly confirming that I'm right to say that Eli C. is in this spot. Because I just put these two here, but I wasn't sure which one was older. But they just said that Eli C. is Jim's brother, Jim's father. Yeah, they just said it here. Okay, cool. Sweet. They have old-fashioned views about getting married and that only happening once, but I'm glad to see that they're not sexist about it. They're equally old-fashioned for both men and women. It's not like, oh, women shouldn't marry multiple times, but it's okay for men to do that. So, good on you, Lauren. Good on you for being a proper kind of old-fashioned. There's 3 clues here. Clark Rafferty. I need to know about Clark's son, too. Just mentions the band. We know about the band. Any brand names? Remarried. Eli C. stepped up and helped. More than Clancy or Edward. Confirmation, yeah, these are the brothers' names. Eli C., Clancy, Edward. Eli C.'s profession, I don't think we have it yet. Okay. Names. This is not a companion piece to any specific entry, but addresses feedback. Probably people complaining about how she said Clancy and Pop. The biggest complaint I got after publishing my diary was how many similar names there are, and I get it, there are 4 Eli's for Pete's sake, but that's how it is. Someone would say, I saw Eli in town, and I wouldn't know which one they meant. My brother, my uncle, my cousin? That's why they became Uncle Junior, or Miracles Eli, or Eli C. Our family's names were always unusual. Grandpa Elias was a believer in using the names of each generation to honor those in the last. His father and Grandma Gwyneth's father were named Edward and Clancy. So now you see where my pop's name came from. I see where your brother's name came from too. One thing that's always been consistent in our family though, is that anytime someone's a junior, they're always the firstborn son. That goes for Miracle, Eli, or even Clancy. With the women, however, it all goes out the window. I think Gwyndoline got her name from some combination of Gwyneth and Caroline, who was Elias's mother. Women's names tend to get all mixed up as the generations went on. I guess that's because there's no female equivalent of junior. Oh, I never noticed that. Like, junior and senior don't really apply for women? Oh. So if you're reading my diary and confused, you're not alone. Even the government had problems. I remember once receiving certified mail for an Edward Clancy Roottrees. I had to break the news that they got my father's name backwards. It's Clancy Edward. Not Edward Clancy. Oh. Dude, what the hell, man? Clancy Edward had a kid named Clancy Jr., firstborn son. I think we had this before already because the three sisters mentioned that he was their grandpa. Yeah. Clancy Edward had a son, Clancy Jr., another son named Elias Clancy, and another son named Edward. What would you do if there was a 4th son? Pictures! We need some matching pictures to the names. They say there's clues here. I feel like I vaguely know about like 80% of this casually now, but maybe to the point that I can't really see it, if any big clues jumping out here. Because I got all the Eli's nailed down, I think. Anytime someone's a junior, they're always a firstborn son. Yeah, we already figured all the juniors out. That's not a problem anymore. Okay, let's read the next one first. Oh, there's no... well, not worth reading then. Anger. Fun bonus. Apparently this is the first thing that Lauren could find that she ever wrote. She knows it was for a school assignment about anger, and she believes, based on the teacher's name, she must have been in the 3rd grade. She doesn't exactly remember the events spelled out here, but she does remember getting in trouble. I got angry when I met a new girl who I do not like. She was dirty and did not have a pretty dress. Me and Pop walked home in town, and she hugged him. When I told him he was my Pop, she pushed me. I got angry and yelled at her, and Pop said to treat her nice. Then she said, your Pop is my dad. Oh. She screamed it loud in my ear. She was lying to me, and lying is not a nice thing. So I pushed her too. Then I got in trouble. Then Pop took her away. He told me, don't worry. I'm glad she's gone. Oh, what is this? What is this? They say there's no clues here. They say. Well, why would a girl randomly come up to you and be like, your dad is my dad? If we look at the tree, your dad does not have another daughter. For now. Though it may be something more. Yeah, apparently we have clues here. This one still has one. Yeah, I need to nail down the pictures. How do I know? What concrete way do I have of knowing which picture corresponds to who in the next gens? Like these 3 brothers. Very simply based on height. That's gotten me bitten in the butt before. So I'm hesitant to use that as a metric. Maybe someone's famous enough to be in a periodical somewhere. Like Edward Roottree. Clancy Roottree. Clancy Jr. I want to do this. I was right. Well, I don't know how scientific that was, though. 'Cause, 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 'cause And I was right about the mechanic stuff. Okay, good for you, Eli M. Good for you. Right, but then the two brothers, I would just do this. I guess, just based on heights. This guy looks like a professor though, and he's got the glasses and that older looking aura. Okay, sure. Well, we may have some extra stuff here already. Cool. Okay, there's only 2 more Roottrees on this diagram. These 2 people are not Roottrees. There's a name that appears 3 times. It's probably... I'm guessing it's Kellog. Like, these are the Kellogg's. So I'll figure those out in a sec. Guy got married but didn't have children. That's fine, whatever. And then this, the father and the kid would have the same last name too, so it appeared 2 times. Cattrall, Stephanie. Totally possible. I don't want to guess that aggressively though. I want something a little bit more concrete. All I'm saying is, there's possible spots for Roottree right now. Like, this is a Roottree, and this is a Roottree. And we have 2 Roottree names left. Kristina and November. Joke O Lantern. I feel like you're November because your picture... Was your picture taken in November? Oh, we don't have a timestamp. But it was titled Joke O Lantern, like one month after October. I need something more concrete. Fancy Flavors was an addition to the 5-piece product line for less than a year. It was Guy Hudson's first and most cited move as president of Roottree. He was trying to cater to what the average person wanted. He looked at his own wealth, which was often a source of envy for others, and decided to tap into the idea that if they added fancy flavors to 5 pieces, anyone could live like the wealthy. What a dummy. This philosophy led to a flavor in 5 pieces that was meant to mimic caviar. 5 pieces sold less that year than it had any other year. Oh yeah, actually caviar was supposed to be a limited flavor, never mind. This guy wasn't that great of a president, was he? Do we know more about him? Oh, Guy and his wife Patricia died in a car accident. Front page story. He's here because he was a president. I don't have that yet. I didn't have that, it's not important. Are you Patricia Jones? Just a different Jones? Don't have a picture for you. Guess I should note that down somewhere. The story itself is surprisingly light on relevant details due to the recency of the accident. Police reported the crash was caused by an unidentified driver. Although Guy was a somewhat controversial president, foul play is not suspected. There were witnesses who reported that the vehicle which instigated the wreck was speeding and swerving. One witness says, "It could have been any one of us who they eventually ran off the road. The aggressor fled after the accident, and police have few leads other than make and model." Guy has been the president of the Roottree company for only 4 years, though an undoubtedly volatile period in the company's history. He and his wife had no children. That's probably part of why they had no children too, because yeah, he just unexpectedly died. Were you also in the business watch? You made some terrible decisions, didn't you? I'm trying to look for his other picture. We already looked at this. They both appeared- wait, Guy and his twin sister both appeared in the company's ads during the Boys and Girls Agree era. Is that a thing? Boys and Girls Agree. We find a site about an ad campaign. Successful ad campaigns. One of them is Boys and Girls Agree. It's about Roottree chocolate bars. They say that boys and girls are often diametrically opposed, except when it comes to one thing. Roottree chocolate is the best. Oh, there's my other picture then. It's memorable because of the bright red hair of the boy and girl involved. Oh, okay, there we go. Not directly... Oh, they were cute back in the day. That's cute, but not what we were looking for exactly. Two things stand out in the cast list. Posters and additional... Jones, graphic and print, choreography by November. November Roottree? I went back to following the Stephanie Jones line of thread. There's one more clue here. So I went to search her husband's website. This is where we found Roottree Motors. And then I tried searching for Butler Summer Theater, which just gave us November Studios. No. I thought this would be something. Never mind. Or is it? Instead of November Studios, maybe they should have called this place No Mention Studios. Fine. Fine. Nothing. They made it sound like it was important. The Stephanie Jones, because we're still missing... November Studios. We have a Roottree. We have a November Roottree, okay? It's possible they're relevant. What? You found a simple page called The Art of Rafferty, copyright 97. On Prodigy, that lists the author's email. Oh! This is Clark's son. I knew this was Clark's son. This Raff is Rafferty. Probably 75 is the year he was born. I didn't think of just searching the email until now, though. Below a bunch of gifts that say under construction, there are some art pieces. Me and my fiance, Lulu? A painting I did for my first year of college that I plan to give her when we get married in May. Go Tardans! There's an odd collage called Cousins, which seems to be made up of 3 scrambled images. The accompanying artist's statement says, "We had to create a piece of art about our family. I asked as many of my extended family of cousins for their pictures as I could, even some I've never met. Only a few of them got back to me, and my teacher said I wasn't allowed to use pictures of Rena, Riley, or Rose. So I had to get creative and use only my third cousins. This includes Davy. He swims for UConn, University of Connecticut. And Bethany's yearbook picture, she's Davy's younger sister. And Stephanie, who is an only child. Stephanie Jones? Hold on, what is this Pixpop thing? Chris's artwork has been added to your evidence, but the cousins' photos will need to be unscrambled before you can use them. You downloaded a new app, Pixpop, to edit the photos. Ooh, seems interesting. Let's see here. This is scrambled. Perhaps you could extract them using an application on your PC. Chris's cousins. Yeah, Davy is the Kellogg David people, right? David Kellogg III, David Kellogg IV. Oh, this is actually really nice. Chris and fiance Lulu. Chris, are you still in school then, Chris? This is your school art project? Lulu? Louisa? Are there any possible other Lulus? Not really. And then they ended up getting married? Really? Wow. That's kind of crazy in and of itself. Okay, back to... Let me just make sure here. No, it wasn't an art project. I mean, it's not an art class project. A painting I did for my first year of college. He might be doing something else now, but he's into art. He could be not a student, but an artist. Davy, Bethany. Cousin zoomed. Oh my god, this is Bethany? Oh, alright, we need to figure out the right zoom settings. This is very primitive. Why is it so scrambled? Because that's part of the art? Oh my gosh. What does it say there? In the middle? Oh, come on, be good. Dichu. Dichu to my... What? My... What? What the hell? Let's fix it first. Rotate with your mouse wheel. Or left, right? Can I assume the person's just sitting properly here? Oh. Oh no. Something middle school. How interactive of them. We get a little bit of visual puzzle solving here. Okay. No, this one. There we go. Cousin school. And then one more. Oh my goodness, what the hell? Oh, but it's so empty. It'll be fine. It's not as bad as it looks, I hope. Oh, actually, it might be pretty bad. Whoa. Look, I know what this is already. Just show me the actual thing. Oh god. What on earth do you want me to do? Here's his chest. Oh, okay. Oh. Not quite. Okay, that works. Do not ask me to do that again. That was weird. But I got it. This is Davy. And then this is some other cousin. Stephanie, the only child, was it? What did you say before? Bethany. Bethany is the yearbook photo. She's Davy's younger sister. Davy swims for Yukon. Third cousins. Third cousins means you're only sharing your great-great-grandfather. Right, I already know it's on this side, probably. Oh, okay, so they only had 2 kids. It's fine, we got it. No. Bethany. Kellog. David, the 4th, and David, the 3rd. I thought as much. Yes. Now we got a confirmation, which is nice. And then the other one is Stephanie, who is an only child. It's not the Stephanie that was running for town council. No. A different... Is it this Stephanie here? Yeah, this is what we were suggesting as well, because of the names, purely. Student. How old are... Middle school. According to however old this website is. You're on the swim team, so you're also a student. Wait, what did I do for Bethany's profession? Oh, I didn't do anything yet. Lulu. Lulu's correct. Nice. Right, but you just graduated high school. That was your high school graduation photo, so we have one for you already. You should be a college student. Cool! Oh wow, we got this whole side filled out. So we're just missing... the Roottree. I need the names of your spouses and your occupation. Elias C's occupation. This is a Roottrie. The names here. It's all female names left. Wait, how do we have this many though? What else is missing? Miracle's spouse? And that's it. Wait, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 women names. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 2 Roottries are here, and the 3 spouses. I gotta get that sorted. Helen, Joan. I don't remember seeing these names at all. Helen or Joan? November? November Studios might still be a thing. Does November Studios? Choreography by November Studios, and the Free Spirits are supposed to be like, oh yeah, they all want to be artists and dancers and musicians and all that, so this could be November. But I don't know what she looks like, and it's a total guess. I just know that November could be a dancer, but where's November? Well, November probably isn't this one. I never looked into... This is the Clancy Trust. I don't think I ever looked into this law thingy. The 5-piece guarantee? Yeah, I highlighted these things, but I never looked into it again. University Law School. Roottrees versus RR. You find very few details about this particular incident with regards to the Clancy Trust. A student that attended the lecture about it wrote about it. RR attempted unsuccessfully to remove a fellow family member from the trust. It was said that RR attempted 2 arguments. Number 1, the person was born out of wedlock, Sam. Number 2, they committed a significant crime against a fellow family member. What? Still, due to the ironclad wording of the Clancy Trust, it was impossible to remove any direct descendant of Elias Roottree without completely dissolving the trust. Oh, wow, this is interesting. Is this about Sam? Sam is the only one that I know they had a, she was born out of wedlock. But it could be something else potentially. RR? My first... When you say RR, I'm thinking about the double alliteration kids again. But they're not even in the same generation as Sam. Would they really raise... Because Robert had the whole gambling problem. It wouldn't make sense why he would try to do a whole bunch of stuff to try to get more money and all that. RR. You think it might be like a law record somewhere? No. What about... No, go back to the Clancy Trust. There was something at the bottom here. 5-piece guarantee. To ensure that the Roottree Candy Company would remain a family business for eternity, the yearly salary of the Roottree president is always locked to the price of a single pack of 5 pieces. When this went into effect, it was 25 cents a year, now it's $4. Wow, then why are they even doing this though? Combined with the Clancy Trust, however, it makes a bit more sense. Elias wanted to ensure that only his direct relatives could afford to be president, and he knew that because their passive income was tied to the profits of the company, they would have a vested interest in keeping the company as profitable and as successful as possible. Well, I think there are a lot of CEOs of companies these days that officially have a salary of like $1 or so because they get other benefits. It's not the most unheard of thing. This is more lore though. I'm not sure if this is really information for us. Oh? Okay, hold on. There's a Crime Blotter article about Edith Jacobson that also mentions a Helen Roottree and a Lucinda Jacobson. Hey, go backward a little bit. I was looking at the Miracle Junie article. It mentions what his wife is. The author says Edith also has a bit of a checkered past herself. Don't find anything if you search Edith Roottree, but we know from the family board that her maiden name was Jacobson, and then in the periodical, you can find an article here. In 1971, when she was 18, Edith and her sister Lucinda were arrested for trespassing at the Miracle Congregation's church in Butler County. They were pretending to be church employees in an attempt to get into the room where the church houses their weekly tithings. The church didn't press charges. They were caught by Helen Roottree, who was there at the time while her husband Miracle was away preaching. Helen was quoted as saying, "Jesus forgives and so do we. The Lord works in mysterious ways, and I'm confident He has brought these young women to us for a greater purpose." And her son ended up marrying Edith. Helen. We do have a Helen here. Helen Lennon. Not the most important thing for us. Okay, well, that's one less woman, though. I could probably guess it at this point. One spouse is Joan, one spouse is April. Like, it's as simple as that. And then one of this is one Roottree, the other one is the other Roottree. But if possible, I want to find a concrete thing. Oh! Clark is into advertising. That's also how my father, Jim Rootree's father, was connected to Roottrie. All of his old ad campaigns were hung on the walls over the record player, but I was never interested. I just went straight for the music. I guess Clark was paying more attention. This is Elias's... So Elias is also into advertising. Oh, I didn't have a job for him. Until now. Okay. Inching. I need more on the kids. I think this kid is probably this one though. This is the only photo left. She's the youngest one in the Free Spirits photo. I thought it was someone else's kid. No, it's just that they had so many descendants that there's a really big range, age range. Okay. It's one Roottrie or the other. Occupation. This is a young photo, but it's not going to be student because this is from a while ago. I do think the November Studios might have been sort of a hint, but let's see if we can find a bit more. Wait. You know how the spouse names left? One is April, one is Joan. If this is April, then it could make sense why she has a daughter named November, because they're sort of into the whole month thing. I don't know about this. I don't know about this. Joan? And then this would be Kristina? Maybe. Well, if November... Let's look into that November Studios thing again. Yeah, this is one of the cousins. I just don't think... Because the previous place where we found November Studios... It was this one, right? Butler Summer Theater. They said two things stand out. Both the Jones graphic print and design thing and choreography by November Studios. So even though November Studios, we didn't end up getting anything from here, I feel like this is relevant because they said two here. Choreography would say dancer, just in line with how Lauren was complaining about the Free Spirits only liking dancer things. No? Oh no. Oh no. What's wrong? So we have these three here, and then we also have Bethany. Bethany... Is she a college student? Can I check again? Clark? No, it's Chris Rafferty. Davey is in college. He's in university. Bethany, yearbook. Oh, I guess she could still be like a regular, like a K-12 student. Ah! When it said yearbook, I automatically thought about graduating, like grade 12. But no one ever said that. That's true. Wow, these last ones? Some process of elimination stuff, which is what even the person who hired me told me to do. Yeah, it feels better when you can find a concrete piece of evidence for it though, but I think November and the April link was close enough. Kristina! You're Kristina. I didn't even know you were a baby girl.
To my genealogy genie. If you're reading this, it means you've locked in 49 blood relatives. Congratulations! I knew you could do it. There are 2 more entries on the family tree I'd like you to consider. These last 2 are optional. You can summon me whenever you wish. However, this will end your search and reveal the truth. So make sure you're ready.
I've been so focused on trying to fill your tree, I wasn't... This is family drama, right? You're telling me there was some family drama here. Who is EC? Yes. EC. EC is a farmhand who was linked to Samantha. They grew up together. We have to type it in manually. A name that's appeared. In the end, I don't think we even used those numbers. All those numbers. Sam. EC. They specifically typed it like that for a reason. Do we want to go back to the Anderson farm? No brothers, oldest sister, she was to inherit the farm. This might be a pretty hard one. Maybe I have to rely on the ducky? I'm kinda spent. Guardian. Oh! Ah! Because you're saying that she was told her parents died, so Eli and Patricia never had much of a hand in her growing up. Instead, they were given to EC and his spouse. So this is a person who is in the generation of the 5 pieces, but may or may not be a Roottrie. In the 5 pieces. 5 pieces. Yeah, remember there was a kid that came up to Lauren and was like, "Your dad is my dad." What was all that about? Edward Clancy? Wait, EC Edward Clancy? It fits. How do I know if I'm right or wrong? Oh, I'm scared. Oh my god. Wait. Yes, there was that kid that came up and said, "My father is your father." And if that kid was Sam... Oh my god. When I met a new girl I don't like, she was dirty, did not have a pretty dress because she was a farmer. Me and Pop walked home. She hugged him. When I told her he was my Pop, she pushed me. I got angry and yelled at her, and Pop said to treat her nice. Your Pop is my Pop. Dude. Pop warned us away from that farm for years. I never once met EC in person, but Pop referred to him as a confirmed bachelor. And I suspect that's why he kept us from there. Sam had to grow up in the house with him and his roommate, Mr. Miller. Are you talking about roommates? Or are you talking about roommates? Mr. Miller? Mr. Miller, EC? Pop is Edward Clancy. Wait, Edward Clancy. You think Lauren's dad is actually gay? And he hid it by having 4 children? And that's like Mr. Miller, his roommate. Mr. Miller, his roommate, is there. Oh my god, wait, just Mr. Miller? We don't have a picture though. And how are we gonna know if we get it right? I won't lock in until you say I'm ready. No, Edward Clancy might just be an entirely different person though, because... Yeah, Lauren also mentioned, oh haha, the government mixed it up and sent an Edward Clancy Roottree letter over. Maybe it's more that Gwyneth and Elias had a different kid who was not here. No, this guy is fine. He's not cheating on his wife or whatever. Edward Clancy and Clancy Edward. Yeah? Weird people names. I feel like the 5-piece ads, they changed the... Yeah, what was all that about? Like, it's supposed to be the first initial and whatever the crap. Each of the flavors is chosen based on the initials of his 5 children, 1 flavor per child. Okay, I think I'm gonna use a rubber ducky hint here. I just want to confirm my own suspicions because we won't get a lock-in until we press I'm ready. Remember that history of candy book from earlier? There's a little detail about that book you may have skimmed over. History of candy book? About that book? The Sweet History of Candy Volume 2 by Charles Lee. Charles Lee. This is where we got the ad for the 5 pieces. It was this ad. Yeah, doesn't say there's any. Well, I don't think they'll say the numbers here anymore. GECEMM 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If there is a secret 6th child. Starts in 1925. Can we do like a volume 1? It starts with historical accounts dating back to the ancient Egyptians and chronicles candy throughout the year 1924. Another 5-piece ad? Included due to a major misprint. Oh. Oh my. Wait, you found this ad? The author included it because of the spelling error on the word available near the bottom. Available. That is not a major misprint. It states that the flavors are inspired by their children. Grape, elderberry, egg cream, cinnamon. Gwyndoline, Elias Jr., Edward Clancy, Clancy Edward, Miracle. Wait! Who got kicked out? Who got kicked out? Margolite? But did she just... Wait, what? Why did they just... Oh, maybe Miracle wasn't born yet. Well, so Edward Clancy for sure then. Yes, because Edward Clancy is a real person. Is a real other person. Edward Clancy. And then this is Mr. Miller. Do we have to find a first name for Mr. Miller though? Will it accept Mr. Miller? Do you want to give me another hint? There was only one mystery left. Looking into the most related people may give you a bit more information. Look into people's spouses. Elias Jr.'s wife sounds like she came from a well-known family. Maybe you can find more information online. Okay. Whatever, it's the end. Let's just get the last one. Patricia Christensen, was it? Christensen Steel was a steel company in Butler County on a World War II page. Both are mentioned in the book review for Steamy Correspondence by Tina Angelina. The frick is this? No. Tina Angelina. Historical letters with an erotic twist. Each letter is accompanied by context from the book's author. How is this related? Is this just a... Wait, how is this related to EC though? Someone who goes by Patch in 34 wrote a letter full of innuendo to an unknown gentleman who it is clear she had a romantic history with. Patch is thought by the book's author to have been Patricia Christensen, daughter of Christensen Steel. CH is her last name. Patricia would have been in her mid-20s when the letter was written. She was married to an older man of no notable status. This letter was most definitely not to him. There are also a few passages after the steamy bits that mention a daughter, leading Tina Angelina to theorize that this letter was written to the father of a child she hid from society in some way. Yeah. There's a twisted twin that seems to evoke imagery from classic literature. If not for her story, yours and mine would be the most tragic tale ever told. How awful is it that such beauty was ripped from its rightful fate? And worse, sent to live in possession of your brother's twisted twin. Edward Clancy, Clancy Edward. Left an outcast, forced to a life of labor under a wicked relative. It's like something from the start of a children's fable. She deserves not the life he has been sentenced to. I can't stand to be apart from you both. Someday I shall return to you. And I pray that he has not corrupted her to know his sins. 'Cause he's gay! I swear that on that joyous day, with all of the strength I can muster, I will fight for our child's freedom. Let us pray her fable has a happy ending. Tina has no theory for what the more cryptic parts of that mean. Yes, I'm pretty sure it's Edward Clancy. I'm less sure about the Mr. Miller part. Do you have any more hints? I, an all-knowing duck, am here to assure that you have everything you need. All possible evidence towards this mystery is in your hands. It's up to you now. Seriously, I promise you don't need to open the computer again. In fact, you could disconnect from the internet right now and still be able to solve the mystery. Now you might be wondering, why should I trust this duck? What has this duck ever done for me? And let me answer that by saying, fine, don't believe me. I'm just your subconscious bouncing ideas off itself. I guess maybe you find yourself untrustworthy. But if you press the button again, I'll tell you exactly where to look. If you want to believe me this time, then take a look at your photos and keep in mind the era in which EC would have lived. Do you have a photo for him though? Because they do expect a photo. And I don't. You're saying I have all the evidence. I'll tell you exactly where to look. Okay, okay. Take a real close look at the 5 pieces photo. See that guy standing inconspicuously in the background? I told you I wasn't lying. I would never. What? What? There was a person? He was in the 5-piece photo? Oh! Oh my god, we do have a photo for him. Are you serious? What? That's crazy! We need a first name for Mr. Miller. Do you think it's John? Like, this is from ages ago. This is when Clancy, Lauren's letter, EC and John were with Sam as farmhands. Were they together for that long? But it's the only lead I have for a potential first name for Mr. Miller. But Clancy calls him John, but then why did Lauren call him Mr. Miller later on? Because Pop said it. Pop said Mr. Miller. Okay, let's try it. Let's try it. Well, I feel better because I actually have a photo now. I would have never found that photo. Ever. Are you... Let's go. Let's go. But first... No? I didn't get it.
So, you thought EC was Edward Clancy Roottree, and his partner was John Miller?
Oh, did we get it? Are you Samantha?
That's exactly what I needed to hear.
She looks like an old Samantha.
I'm Sam Madsen, though you know me as Samantha Roottree. Yup, I got old. The only picture you have of me is from 40 years ago.
You still look the same. You do. I can still tell it's the same person. You weren't very happy here, but I hope you're happier now.
My book tells the truth about Elias, the 5 pieces, and my parents. Not my biological parents, Elias Jr. and Patsy. My fathers. Edward Clancy Roottree and John Miller.
We don't get much from your perspective. I gather you probably didn't like your grandparents. How do you feel about your parents? And they tore you away from Edward Clancy and John Miller.
By now, you've either read Lauren's diaries, or you're just an incredible guesser.
I had a duck on my side.
Lauren was right. I hated the 5 pieces. She just didn't know my full reasoning.
Lauren said, but even so, she seems to blame more than just the 2 of them. She has no problems with us next gens, but she has a palpable hatred for the 5 pieces, and Elias and Gwyneth.
My father, Edward Clancy, was a great man. But his identical twin Clancy and his father, Elias, were not.
They were identical twins. That makes sense. Actually, does it make sense for you to name one son Edward Clancy and then the twin Clancy? Ah, they literally meant twin, twisted twin. I thought it was a figure of speech, as in they have similar names. No, they are actually identical twins.
At age 16, my father was caught kissing a farmhand. Back then, they wouldn't even acknowledge gay people existed. Having one in the family was unthinkable.
I like how they refer back to the diary entries here, just in case if you forgot about it.
The same year, I was born. A bastard granddaughter. 2 stains on Elias's perfect family. He decided to fix both. They tried to erase Edward Clancy. They even removed his 5 pieces flavor. His name was deemed a dirty word. He became EC.
How can you just disown a kid like that?
We were sent to the farm, and the 5 Pieces did their best to keep the next generation away, to isolate me from family. But Elias couldn't erase us from existence. Laura never realized I was the little girl from her diary. Who could blame me for being so confused that day? Her father was an exact copy of mine, except without the beard.
Your pop is my dad. Twins.
And while the 5 Pieces celebrated a new factory, farmhands did the real work. It's a fluke there's a picture of my father at all, but there he is in the background. The 6th 5-piece. Patsy returned, and things got complicated for Elias. She fought for my freedom, from a life she deemed unworthy.
Not realizing she was happy. She was probably fine. No, not everyone wants to be in some rich, complicated family.
Elias relented, so long as I never learned the truth or receive inheritance. They knew I'd help my father. At Elias's will reading, I learned part of the truth. The rest I learned at home. I began to hate the 5 Pieces.
All of them knew. Well, it's hard to not know, like one of your brothers just disappeared. Miracle might not know, because he was younger.
My father made me stay silent. He was worried history would repeat, and that his grandchildren would become outcasts. His fears weren't unfounded. As you know, my son Ernie died a few years ago. He had trained to take over as president. But due to family politics, or perhaps hubris, it went to Guy. A real
it is Guy.
Roottrie. He nearly ruined the company.
Guess it's not French. Yeah, but it went back. It went back anyway.
When Ernie took over, he saved the operation. Over 13 years, he made the family billions.
He actually sampled the product.
Ernie earned about $36.
Yes, the yearly salary was locked to the price of a single 5-piece pack.
They got by on Debbie's salary, but when he fell ill, he couldn't pay his medical bills. His death was my tipping point.
Oh, wow.
Originally, my book was meant to expose Elias's hypocrisy. Until I started to look into the other dirty laundry.
Yes, the gambling between the 2 RR brothers, Gwyn's kids.
Ron tried to have Robbie removed from the trust, but couldn't. Robbie was a blood relative, even out of wedlock.
Oh, that's right, because Gwyn got divorced before Robbie was born. It wasn't about Sam.
That sounded familiar. The Clancy trust that Elias established was designed to secure his family's future. His entire family's future. He couldn't write exceptions in without the whole thing falling apart.
And that's why you get a piece too.
My book can definitively prove that Elias was not the paragon of virtue he's heralded as. And that my daughter and granddaughters are just as much family, at least in the eyes of the trust, as anyone else. The Clancy Trust will secure their future. They can decide what to do with their shares. But I'm old, and I'm not in it for the money.
Yeah, you can hate a family, but if they have resources that you're entitled to, why not get it?
The truth has been eating away at me for years. But now, I can set the record straight. Thanks to you. As someone who enjoys searching for the truth, you might understand the power it has. Whitewashing the past to protect the status quo can lead to repercussions in the present and future. So thank you. You knocked it out of the park. With your expert work, the truth will come to light. And when it does, my share of the Clancy Trust is yours. Like I said at the beginning, set for life.
No, that's a bit much. That's a lot, probably.
Looking at the family tree on your wall, now with my father's, everything finally feels complete.
Wow, I wonder what she would say if you didn't figure it out before submitting it then, because this was important to her that you got that.
Unless a whole lot more Roottrees somehow appear from thin air, this is the last time I'll come knocking. Thanks again, and so long.
Oh, wow.
We're rolling.
Oh. And it only took us a night. Thanks to your hard work, Sam Madsen's book was published. It received mixed reviews. Does anyone in the current day even care about this family anymore, though? Life went on and the new president took over. The Roottree family faded from the news cycle. And then, everything changed. There's another mystery to solve! Roottree Mania is now unlocked as a new game. Oh, this is like a DLC-ish. It's like a complete brand new different thing, right? I'm a secret Roottree. What the hell does that mean? Okay, but back to this game though. Yeah, that was you know what? Surprisingly, I feel like the focus of this puzzle game is obviously the puzzle, but surprisingly, or maybe not so surprisingly, the story came together in a really nice way too. Very dramatic and scandalous. I only wish all of the people that we investigated are still alive so we can see some cat fights and whatever family drama go down. I wonder how many of them are still alive these days. All the kids, yeah, sure, but then the older ones, Sam's generation. No, they should all still be alive, right? Because Sam, it's not like she was 80. Maybe, like, Miracle being a really, really young 5-piece would still be around? It was satisfying to go through the list and check people off one by one, eliminate them, and by the end get a full family tree filled out. I would say the way they have it here might even be more satisfying than Obra Dinn for me personally. Yeah, because I love juicy family drama and I got it in spades here. I also love the effort they put into characterizing out some of the world building stuff, like, hey, this guy was a rock band, so here's an actual song from this supposed rock band. Cool little details. Definitely think it's a good and fun game, although from my perspective personally, like me having to record this and commentate on it while I'm trying to do puzzle solving at the same time, honestly that was a lot to take care of, and I would say this is one of the more difficult records I've had of all the games I've played this entire year. Like, there are games out there that you can just put down and pick up and, you know, maybe 5 minutes later you'll remember where you left off at, but Roottrees has so many little details that I basically had to play everything right away to avoid forgetting about stuff. And I mean, I would play something in the morning, go have lunch, and then when I come back, I'd be like, oh, I kind of forgot about what happened in the morning already. So yeah, quite involved. I feel like for some people, it's not going to be their cup of tea and it's going to be dangerously close to feeling like actual work. It was fun though. It was fun. And I appreciate all the little things that they had that made it a less frustrating experience too. Because puzzle solving, if you get stuck and you don't have a way to advance in-game, what are you going to do? You're going to go look up a walkthrough, which kind of takes the fun out of the puzzle solving, but they had various ways within the game itself to ease your frustrations. The number marker on each evidence piece to say, hey, there are a few more things associated with this thing that you could figure out, or the rubber ducky. I didn't actually have to use the rubber ducky that much until the very, very ending one to confirm what we were looking at. Because I think if you were taking notes diligently, highlighting stuff throughout when you're just reading it, usually it's enough to read back on the notes to find some new leads that I didn't investigate yet. So that was nice. So this was The Roottrees Are Dead? What did you think of this? I feel like one of the frustrating things about watching someone play a puzzle game might be the person watching wants to investigate in this way, but then the person who's actually driving, the player, is doing something else completely different. So like the watching experience and playing experience might be slightly different. But I think either way it's definitely a solid title. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed playing it. And with that said, this was Welonz. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you all in another place in another time. Bye!